Alright, welcome back to RimWorld all. So, basically I want to note that this is sort of going to be the start to the second colony. I had a first colony, and you can see some of those videos for it, but essentially what happened, for those who don't know the story, I basically started playing RimWorld a little bit ago, and I basically, was fairly, new at the game. I didn't really play that much into it, and essentially what happened, my microphone and headset and all that, the headset I used, it basically had a malfunction or hardware, it broke basically, and I couldn't get power into it, which meant that it didn't work anymore. So I basically sent it out to Logitech to get replaced, and after 4 weeks, it came back. But in those 4 weeks, I played quite a bit of RimWorld. I actually want to get more confident at the game and learn about all the different biomes and things to basically watch out for. And I put 120 hours, 130 hours in 4 weeks time. Quite a bit of time for sure, but I wanted to get confidence in the game. I wasn't really doing much else, and I worked hard at it. The thing is that I really don't feel like going back to the old game I basically had, and you'll actually notice I go down to the buttons here. There's no load game because there is no save games basically load. I deleted them all, and I'm gonna start basically completely fresh here in a completely new colony for you guys to enjoy, and one that I'll hopefully be able to basically get a really good start with, and I guess more to the point, I'll be doing a lot less noobish stuff. It'll be more like competent play, so to speak, more refined play. Maybe not competent, but definitely refined. So, RimWorld. For those who don't know what RimWorld is, the basic into that, RimWorld is basically a colony simulator in a vein of Firefly, Dwarf Fortress, and Dune, shall we say, in many ways. It basically has this sort of Dwarf Fortress type of colony building aspect going on, without the the Z levels, but starting with the X and Y levels, and the sort of randomness you have to expect. It also has the Firefly set type of mythos sort of going for it, where basically humans have gone out into space, and you're basically going to survive on a foreign planet from Earth, shall we say, trying to survive against whatever the planet will throw at you. On top of all this, it tries to have a story, kind of like Dune does, where there's different factions you have to basically barter and trade with, and there's stuff you have to do to survive. So I'm gonna start a new colony, and I want to note that I didn't really go into the choose scenario thing very much last time, but I'm gonna do it this time around a little bit more thoroughly, shall we say. And basically, when you're basically choosing a scenario, you basically have the option to choose one of these free initial scenarios, like the Lost Tribe, Rick Explorer, and Crash Landed. But you also have the option of basically using a scenario editor to basically make randomized seeds and stuff like that. So, but if I go your randomized seed here, I get relation purple and green. Your faction will be a tribe. You start with 4 people, arrive in drop pods. The player's starting characters have 21% chance to start with a stoned or smoke leaf, and other stuff like that. Basically, you have these randomized seeds, but basically randomize how you start your game. So, what I'm thinking about doing, I'm not going to do a randomized seed, shall we say, but we're going to go with the Rich Explorer here, and we're going to edit it. And basically, you can edit how these things will basically appear in game. So we have say the Rich Explorer here. We'll basically call this Davian's edited scenario. And I'll basically put for a summary, edit for my second colony let's play, and have a description. These what you basically are using to describe your scenarios. You can actually save different scenarios to basically go back and play them next time if you want to. So basically a re-edit of the Rich Explorer to start with different settings. And yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be doing right here. So, the Rich Explorer, for those who don't know, the Rich Explorer, basically, you start with one faction guy from a rich glitter world, which is essentially in Firefly, it'd be one of the I guess inner worlds is what they would be. And basically what's going to happen, I'm going to start with one character here, or actually I'm not going to. I'm going to actually have 2 characters, because I find starting with one character, it basically sort of puts you in a situation where you might get screwed over where like you might have like a second guy join will be completely useless, and a third guy who's a lot useful and stuff like that. Having two people make it a little bit easier for me to start out. Our rival method will be drop pods. That's fine, and I can basically start with like different research things right here. I think we're gonna get rid of gun turrets and gonna basically put in something else. So, for example, let's say I'm going to start with let's see here. I could start with multi-analyzer, so I could basically like get more research going on. Basically, what happens with like your research in like the Research Explorer, you start off with like gun turrets, and on top of that, you also start off with something else. I think, or not. Well, whatever. We'll start multi-analyzer, and I'm gonna make sure I also have the other technology. Basically, you can add parts here. Basically, put in stuff. So I can like start with research. We're gonna go look for the one that basically lets me build up like advanced research benches. Basically, is what I'm gonna do right here. So you have like all the different research technologies you can basically have, and I'm going to go all the way down until we find microelectronics basics. Alright, so basically with these like two things done, I can actually move this up so you can basically see. So there's something you can do, like manage like this stuff to like certain like aspects of like your things are gonna be all together. So I'll start with multi-analyzer and microelectronics basics for fast research from the beginning. I'll have 2,000 silver, so I'll be this buying money there. We'll have 30 gold. Let's have maybe 50 packaged survival meals. 50. We'll start with 50 components. I'm going to actually take off the charged rifle. The charged rifle is like a really good starting weapon to have, but I want to basically show off some different weapons before like jumping into like the best weapon in the game. So let's maybe change this to be maybe a sniper rifle. And I'm also going to start with something else as well. We'll make sure we'll have access to another weapon. I think another good weapon to have may be the mace. I like the mace. Good starting like melee type of weapon. We'll make a plasteel for beating people up with, and we'll have only one. So there we go. We're gonna have like a plasteel mace to start off with, along with our sniper rifle, and we'll also maybe add let's add in ourselves a little bit of like personal shield perhaps for defense. Down here. So there's a personal shield. Personal shields basically are like defensive items. So basically, I think I already saw one of them perhaps in my other game, but now we're gonna start off with one. Let's start off with a cat, I guess, for our pet, perhaps. Because yeah, you can actually select what type of pet you want to start off with, so it's not random, like you're just gonna start like it always is. And starting game dialogue basically is like dialogue that'll basically begin in game when you basically jump into it. We'll basically just get rid of some of his stuff. This is an edited situation of the Research Explorer with 2 colonists, no gun turret, advanced research, and different weapons. So there we go. You can have this basically start off with, and you can basically see that start off in the game. There's also a couple other things I want to do here, but I'll basically note that basically you can go through like editing out your files, basically have like different things that'll happen. And I guess I'll show off the last 2 things I'm gonna basically do. Basically what I'm gonna have for like my colonists, you actually have them like start off with like different things. So you can basically have like forced traits. So I can have like my character as being like where is it? Where is it? Where's one of them? I can have like my player trying characters to be a lot faster, so we can have them start out maybe 25% chance of being a fast walker, which is fine. We're gonna force another trait. And I'm going to try and find cold tolerant. Let's say that they are 50% cold tolerant. This is going to be for all characters. And we're going to start with hard worker. Now we'll do player starting characters. So basically what I'm doing here, I'm actually making so these traits have like a a certain chance of basically appearing when I basically make my colonists. You can't really directly control what your colonists are going to be when you're basically creating them, but you can actually sort of influence what they're going to be like with the scenario editor. So all of these characters, like my playing starter characters, will be like a little bit faster, possibly. They'll all characters in the game will be like very cold tolerant, so they'll be able to resist the cold weather that I'll be basically going into. I'm going to go into a colder biome, by the way, for those who haven't guessed already. And yeah, that's basically, bit of stuff you can do, like the scenario editing. Alright, I'll note that I can actually save this if I want to, so I'll actually do that, I think, right now. So save. And if I go back, I'll basically be able to, load this if I want to, but I'm not going to show that right now. Just back. You'll notice right here, I've got a custom one here. It's like David's edit scenario, edit for my second colony Let's Play. Basically, re-edit of the Rich Explorer to start with different settings. Got all the different stuff I basically did here. You can basically see I have like 2 people, drop pods, the chances that I have for this stuff, research, what I start with. We're gonna start with Phoebe Chillax, and I'll basically do rough in permadeath mode. So I'll note that of the free storytellers, I've actually gone through playing with all of them. I find that with Cassandra Classic and Randy Random, these guys have events happen a little bit too often, where Phoebe will basically spread out events so they don't happen as often, which is very nice. It basically gives you more time to basically play without, being disrupted from, stuff happening. And why not? We'll call this Vladislav, because that makes sense. Alright, so here is our world. We're going to go into biomes here, or not biomes, but elevations, so I can basically pick out my adversaries. So over here in the top west, we have apparently Outlander Town. He's apparently in the tundra. Down here we've got ourselves some tribes. They're inside some desert large hills. Over on the center here, there's a pirate base. They're basically out in Boreal Forest and small hills. These guys are in a temperate forest. And then these tribes are up here in the tundra. So you can view the different elevations and other stuff basically to get idea what the game's like for different So what I'm gonna look for basically in all the stuff here. I'll note that I'll basically just tell you a little bit about the different biomes that are happening here. So apparently we got a very small rainforest down here in the bottom part of the map. We have some extreme desert here in the south west of the map. We got some arid shrubland here to the southeast. A lot of this area is desert apparently, with some temperate forest in the middle. And then we start to get some boreal forest and tundra, and then a little bit of ice sheet up here at the top. So very interesting map layout. I'm gonna look for some some large hills. Right here, with a small little growing period between the spring and fall. Apparently it's gonna be right next to the pirates, so I'm not sure that's gonna influence how often I'm gonna get attacked. It doesn't seem like this game does very much with changing how much you get attacked based on the variance of how close people are. It's the game sort of just randomly decides I'm gonna throw some pirates or some tribes next to the guy, even though they're halfway across the world, so to speak. So I could come over here if I want to. Maybe I will, just for hell of it. There's a nice little bit of real force around here, but well, I suppose that's okay. 6 of spring to 6 of fall, that's pretty decent. Yeah, that'll be fine right there. So here's our basic starting position. Now, I'll note by the way, if I want to, I can change around how stuff basically works here. I can set it be the starting season to be say spring if I want to, where like it'll be a little bit colder starting out, but whatever. My guys are gonna be cold tolerant to begin with. I can also make the map size be a little bit bigger or smaller depending on like what's gonna what I want for like the size of the map. If I make it a little bit larger, it'll basically give you a warning, basically to tell you that performance may degrade at larger map sizes. Lurancha's size is untested and will almost certainly not play well. I think maybe we'll go with like large here perhaps, and I'll basically show that off a little bit. I think my computer can handle large. And well, we're gonna select a site, and let's make a couple colonists, I guess, to basically join me in my troubles. Now, here's basically stuff I note, by the way. This like first character right here is a medieval lordling and medieval lord. These guys basically have like as you can see, poor abilities basically and stuff, and then the medieval lord has like no ability to basically do a lot of stuff, as you can see. You also see that she's cold tolerant, so basically that's like my forced trait coming into play right there. So if you look at the janitor here, he's basically cold tolerant, and like she's cold tolerant. So a lot of the characters in this game will be very cold tolerant, which will be good. But as you can see, she's basically incapable of dumb labor and skill labor, and that's like a lot of what you can do. So you want to watch out for like basically here's what I don't like about the Vicious 4 if you like put it naturally in without anything unedited for it. When you basically go with like one character, you might be able to get like a first really good character, but the second character could be like say a medieval lord like this, and then like you've got like nothing they can do with like the second character, and that's like half your colony being like stupid and useless to you. The janitor here is pretty useful, which is great, but if I had like this medieval lord like just popping in as like my first character to join my colony, it would really suck. Anyway, let's just randomize to get something better. Apparently Starship Janitor is married to this other person here, but steadfast, green thumb, and cold tolerant, and she's got cooking and growing. Capable of intellectual. I'm gonna say no. We're gonna try and get a male colonist, basically. We're gonna go with the all male colonists again, just to start out with, I guess, because I really only know male people, I guess, online, so to speak. If you're a female gamer, speak out so I can basically add you into my colony. Alright, I'm not getting a whole lot of luck with like good characters, but here's possibly one. Nope, she's incapable of dumb labor. No, thank you. Alright, she's I like that growing, but she's also a pessimist and incapable of crafting. Social's high, animals are pretty high, medicine's pretty high. She has cold tolerance, he's a masochist, but he's got bad back, so no. I love how all these guys have old gunshot wounds all over the place, and this guy's incapable of violence of all things. Alright, so apparently he's a his daughter is one of the faction leaders. That's interesting. Wow, so we actually got a heat lover. That's not going to be useful at all. Alright, this looks like I finally found someone who's, dumb labor again. It'd be nice if I didn't have all these guys that were, incapable of dumb labor of all things, but whatever. Cold tolerant, matchless, teetotaler, scary, and cooking. This is one of the things I like and dislike about the game. You can have lots of random characters, but when you really want to have specific characters that, they can do stuff for you, they're hard to find. It's one of the things I like and dislike about this game. Alright, he's abrasive. I could like keep going through these guys constantly, but I don't want to go through here too much. Basically, this is one of the things I have to I'll sometimes like get into like this like thing where like I'm constantly trying to like get like the perfect characters, and you can never really get the perfect characters for this game. It's just one of those things that this happens. You just can't find the perfect characters. They just don't exist. But we may have just found. Oh, she's female. I of course find a good colonist that's female, right? He's got good melee, he's got good construction, cooking, mining, art. Why not? Well, maybe we get this guy going here. So that'll be one of our colonists. So maybe it'll be this guy here. So Davian, DFuxa. Or actually, you know what? Because he died the first, so abruptly in my initial let's play, let's get Course Knight into here as the first character. So there's Sea Knight. Apparently can't have periods in this game. Okay, whatever. And then here's the janitor. He's got the bad back, so that's gonna have to go. Alright, well, that's pretty decent, I guess, for a character. I would like to have someone who's good at growing, but yeah, let's try and get someone good growing. You'll find out with like the colder biomes, if like you have the ability to basically, get food, it's important to sort of get that food, because, you need to get food for like the following winter. How long will this take? That's the thing, right? How long will it take? Oh wow, you can have teenage female colonists. Didn't realize they could be that young. I wonder if teenage does anything to like change the game dynamics or anything. Jeez. It'd be nice if like, you could have like, a chance to basically have like, tiers of colonists that you can basically select for, I guess, in this game. Let's see here. I'm gonna say no to him. Scratch. Pessimist, fast walker. Hard worker, slightly dull, cold tolerant. He's incapable of social, but he's got good growing. I guess I'll go with him. Alright, well, this will be like the, colonists I'll basically start off with. A guy is basically good at construction, fairly good at growing. He'll be able to do medicine later on, perhaps, and some cooking. And then we got Course Knight here, who's basically good at mining, good at melee. I really wish there was, better overlap with these guys' character abilities, but whatever. I don't want to basically take too long, basically trying to get, the perfect characters, because, that's the thing, you can never really get the perfect characters. You can get, like, decent starting characters eventually, and, these are, like, decent, they're not great or anything, but whatever. They'll do the job. Alright, so, this is an edited situation of the rich explorer with 2 colonists starting out, no gun turrets, advanced research, and different weapons. And one moment being called. Well, alright, I'm back. Important phone call is important phone call. I'll let you guys know that, you're basically going to be seeing this, like, Pacific Colony being recorded, like, the recordings are basically being published, and, like, the videos will be published on my YouTube channel in, December. Something I note is that you'll probably be seeing a lot of these, like, in, like, a month in advance. These won't be very, like, fresh, shall we say. Basically, over the Christmas of, like, 2016, I'm going to be, like, scheduled to work. And, during that time, I won't have a whole lot of time to do, like, recording time and all that, so I'm doing all the recording right now in the 1st of November until, like, the end of November if possible, to basically get as much out of there as possible for you guys to watch over December. Anyhow, where were we? So yeah, basically this is the edit scenario. My guys will drop in. Basically is going to do this. So, first things first, welcome to a Boreal Forest biome. This is a bit of a colder biome, and as you can see, it basically has lots of, like, pine trees and, lots of these, like, Christmas type of trees all over the place. So, basically, this is, like, sort of like the biome I sort of live in, kind of in, like, Canada. I actually don't live in a Boreal Forest, like, the actual Boreal Forest in Canada. I actually live in a temperate forest part of it, but, for the most part, the majority of Canada is, like, Boreal Forest, and You wouldn't have to go that far to basically find like Boreal Forest from where I live. So there's that. We basically chose large hills, so it'll be a little bit of defensive cover if, like, you know, I'm lucky. It doesn't look like the hills, you know, form a lot of defensive cover. Maybe up here a little bit, but whatever. There's a couple steam geyser vents all over the place. There's one down here. Be nice if there's another one. I don't like it when there's like steam geysers next to like the edges of the map because I can't really use them, unfortunately. There's like one there in the middle I'll be of use, perhaps. So that's a bit of an issue. That can happen, by the way. You can have, like, you know, bad starts with, like, you know... There's two right here. Alright, well, anyways, this is the Boreal Forest. Basically, it's a winter wasteland type of idea. Lots of trees. Pine trees. Coniferous trees. There will be, like, some birch trees and other stuff like that all around. And this is very similar to where I live, by the way. There's, like, lots of pine trees and birch trees. But for the most part, it's basically going to be, like, you know... the type of area where, like, I'm going to do lots of hunting and gathering of, like, you know, berries and stuff like that. Gotta watch out for the wolves and other, like, dangerous bears and stuff like that may pop around. Anyways, let's just jump in. So there's Cornish Knight and there's DFuxa, where it's popping in. I'm going to equip these guys with their stuff, so this character, he's basically terrible at everything, so I won't be very good at combat, but... Cornish Knight will be able, you know, of use, so we'll get him to get the personal shield. I can get this. Actually, you'll get Cornish Knight to equip that first. And I think we're going to probably do... I'm going to set up shop in this area up here, I guess. Seems like the best place for it. This timber wolf really scares me because it's really, really close to the base, but whatever. I'll just have to deal with it. Let's just go for roofing over this zone right here. I'll make a stockpile zone right here to start storing stuff. And you can equip that that right now. Let's get all this stuff, you know, basically toggle for use, not forbidden. And I'm going to start hauling some stuff. Let's start hauling, let's see here. Let's start hauling some food. So I'll basically start hauling this up there. Cornish Knight will basically pick up some stuff to basically haul. I'll start building a roof in a bit. There we go. So this will take probably a day, basically move all this stuff, which is why I'm going to like do it right now, and then we'll start building our colony proper next time. And you know what? While we're at it, I should probably do a little bit of harvesting just to get a little bit of berries to conserve, you know, food use basically. There's some silver. Lots and lots of silver starting out with like the Rich Explorer setup. I didn't change that part of this setup, you know, so we still have lots of food. I'm actually going to forbid this stuff so that, you know, we actually eat the berries here instead. I was going to slowly move all this stuff away. Oh, we're going to eat that stuff, that's fine, I guess. I'm going to cloud wash a little bit because I'm an idiot, but whatever. Do-do-do-do. Okay, I'm actually going to build a couple beds, so we'll get some wooden beds built in here. We're going to build ourselves a wooden door, perhaps, to start out with. And I'll build up a torch if possible. And okay, I'll start doing that. I'm going to get myself an animal sleeping spot so my cat just sleeps in here with us. Not outside where I'll get killed by a timber wolf or something like that. I'll just haul the rest of the stuff. Do. Most of the important stuff has been hauled. This steel and wood are pretty much hauled right now, but whatever. We're all in here, that's fine. Now I'll basically be leaving you guys off. We'll basically start off with like, a small little bit of stuff in here. And we'll see what the game basically has in store as I basically, start from this like, initial state. And the first day like goes by, so to speak. Alright, well, let's save and quit to DOS for now. Or the old operating system. And I'll see you guys in like the first episode, which will probably be published like, in December. So this episode you'll basically see early, because just so you know it's basically going to be happening. But I'll basically be jumping into like, publishing all these videos in December. That's when you can basically expect like, the second colony to pop up. Until then, for now, take care.